Yes, it's the imminent and done deals right about here at the Arsenal chapter. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is potent, as long as it is Arsenal related right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abu Caldas. I'm definitely dedicated to bring to the latest trade coming in. What's been happening? What's happened all day? Who's signed for the club Arsenal? Who's not signed? Who is it just a rumor? It's been talked about, but in reality, it's nothing. All this in this transfer show, we're gonna have a chat right here and there about transfers. Who's coming to the club? Who's not gonna come to the club? What's up with the Kylian Mbappe transfer? Arsenal transfer? What's happening? What's with Urian Timber? The likes of Urian Timber. We've got Urian Timber to talk about. We've got Kylian Mbappe. We've got Declan Rice. We've got Romeo Lavia. We've got Moises Caicedo. The list is definitely quite big. And right about now, it will be remembered that Arsenal has already secured a few moves. Some of the moves are already in the pocket for the club Arsenal. And Arsenal is again looking at making sure that possibly they can land even more football players, much better football players. So let's wait and we see how definitely everything will run, how things will move for the club Arsenal. So I don't know where we should start with. There's been quite great news coming in. And about a few football players, we can talk about Moises Caicedo. You can get into the comment section. We can always have a chat. But first things first, let's start with the Kylian Mbappe deal and talk about the Kylian Mbappe deal, whether it's viable or not, whether it's something that the club Arsenal should even think about or no, because there is quite a lot that has been going on with him being linked to the club Arsenal. And really, is it worth even talking about it, or it's just another it's a waste of time talking about him? What's definitely happening? Is there even the slightest of chances for the club to buy him? Anyway, you will remember that right about now, what's happening in that camp of Paris Saint-Germain is totally drama in Paris, in the capital of France. There is a lot of drama when it comes to Kylian Mbappe and Paris Saint-Germain. Kylian Mbappe is not very interested in a stay at Paris Saint-Germain. PSG is a club that is well known for big football players, but all the big football players are living in Paris Saint-Germain. What's happening? What's wrong? I mean, Lionel Messi has already left. Now Kylian Mbappe is leaving. Neymar linked to an exit and most likely is going to be leaving. So there is a lot that's going on, but let's hope that possibly they'll get themselves sorted. But Kylian Mbappe definitely said he doesn't want to play for them anymore. And that's and I said it before. I came here and I said it. And people were laughing. People were saying, oh, but that's not true. That's not true. I said Kylian Mbappe, I think it's in the news, it's everywhere, but I said it before. I said Paris Saint-Germain PSG would not take that pressure. It would not allow to get a football player who could be costing around 200 plus million to go on a free transfer, and it comes out in the news today that PSG are putting Kylian Mbappe on open market if he does not sign a big deal. That was imminent. That was definitely something that everybody should have really understood. Though there was no way Paris Saint-Germain would have done that. There is no way they would have let him go. It's quite a lot of money to lose, I must say. Big money to lose. Anyway, the chances of him joining Arsenal are very limited, I must say. Completely limited. Very small, tiny. The tiniest of chances, because the club that is in the picture is Real Madrid and also a few Saudi Arabian clubs. But talking about Saudi Arabian clubs, really, I don't think at his age, at his stage, at his stage in his career, I don't think it would be a brilliant thing to go to Saudi Arabia, and I don't think he's even thinking about it. But why he said about money gives us a little bit of a hint. I could be moving there. I mean, who's gonna pay you 4 million per week? If it's not Saudi Arabia, who's gonna give you that amount of money? Crazy, stupid money. So I think it's something that really has to be put into consideration. But a lot, really, I think Arsenal should pull down hopes of signing Kylian Mbappe, because when you see that already Arsenal has its budget, Arsenal's budget is slightly more than 100 million pound. It's not 300 pound. It's more than 200 pound. Not more than 300 pounds. So, Kylian Mbappe alone could cost something like 250, and put in consideration that Declan Rice is 105 million pound and is a deal that's done, sealed, and completed, just waiting to be delivered. Put in consideration that Urian Timber is also yet another one that is going to be delivered by the club Arsenal. Put in consideration that Arsenal has already paid 65 million for Kai Havertz. So that really gives the Lionel Messi transfer, really, it definitely puts it down. There were rumors that Arsenal were willing to pay 200 million for Kylian Mbappe. I know, but again, even if Arsenal, I know Arsenal could afford 200 million, but look at it. How much are you going to pay him? Weekly salary? I don't think Arsenal is too daft to do such a decision. With the people at Arsenal, with the expertise that is at Arsenal, I don't think they would fall for such a scam. Never, never in 100 years. When you see a football, when you see like the technical director of Arsenal, you really understands what football is. The sporting director of Arsenal is one that really properly understands. Edu Gaspar, I don't think he would fall for such a scam. It's not a scam, but I call it that because it involves quite a lot of money, big money. It's a big money transfer, Anyway, let's hope everything will go on quite well for Kylian Mbappe, but his move to the club Arsenal really is something that we shouldn't even be talking about, because it's not going to happen. Sorry for the bad news. I know a few people thought it would be some good news about Kylian Mbappe, but it's not. Arsenal have limited chances, but you never say never. Maybe there could be a bit of chance, slightest of chances, but very tiny. Then talking about Kylian Mbappe, everything for Kylian Mbappe, 105 million pound that was paid, everything is on point. Everything. Medical is going to be done. Medical has not yet been done, but it's going to be done very soon in the coming week. That's why we've got medical is going to be done. It's a deal that's done, sealed, and completed, and not waiting delivery. I think everything is gonna be all right. Everything is going to be okay for this gentleman, Declan Rice, and him joining the club Arsenal, because there's nothing that's gonna stop Declan Rice. He's already decided. He's told Liverpool, I'm not coming. He's told Chelsea, no way. He's told Manchester City that put in a 90 million pound bid, no way. And he's chosen Arsenal for some reason, for reasons that we best understand. Anyway, let's hope that things will keep on going on quite well for the club Arsenal. Then that was Declan Rice. Declan Rice, almost everything is done. It's a deal that is done, sealed, and completed. Done. Then Urian Timber is expected to be in London anytime from now. He's expected to be in London to complete everything. He is also a deal that's imminent. It's an imminent deal. He must sign. Must. It's a must for him to sign unless otherwise, but it's a deal that is almost done. Then talking about yet another football player, Moises Caicedo. There is quite a bit of competition for Moises Caicedo between Arsenal and Chelsea, but Chelsea are still leading. Chelsea are still leading in this transfer, and Arsenal are lying behind in this transfer of Moises Caicedo. So uh, let's hope that Arsenal is going to pick up with time, possibly going to get a few things done, get the money in, and possibly Moises Caicedo can move to the club Arsenal. But as it stands right about now, there is no chance for him. It's not. There is a chance, I must say. I think I would be wrong if I said there is no chance, but I think the reality is the chance of him going to Arsenal at this point in time is really, really slow, really low, very low chance, tiny chance. But uh, I mean, Brighton and Hove came out recently and they said they needed £23 million. No, 23, sorry, £100 million. Before he was at £80 million, and then from £80 million he moves to 23 to, I don't know why I've got 23 in my head. He moves from £80 million and crosses to £100 million. That's quite a lot of money for him, you know. So even Chelsea is looking at these transfers becoming a bit expensive, so it could be a bit tricky for any club that could have him. They will have to pay quite a lot of money, big money, more than £80 million. I think a club that takes Moises Caicedo. Me personally, I would like to think that Moises Caicedo is around £60 million, not more than 70. £60 million should be okay, and should be it should be a good transfer deal. £60 million. But sometimes when the demand for a football player is high, it does not even go to the quality. It goes to the transfer market. When the demand is high, then the price is definitely gonna rise big time, and that's what happens. That's what has happened. The fact that Chelsea need him, and Chelsea are willing to pay quite a big number, a big amount of money, and also the fact that Manchester City wanted him, and they put in. They also definitely are willing to put in a bit of money in there. Also, Liverpool were also willing, and also he's been heavily linked to the club. Manchester United. Definitely, that shows you the kind of football player he is. I mean, he's a very big football player. He's a very good football player. But at the same time, really, it shows you why there is a lot of demand for the football player, and why his price is definitely getting higher and higher all the time. Every other time, his price is going up, going up. So I don't think Arsenal is going to be into a position of buying Moises Caicedo. It could be a bit tricky for the club Arsenal to buy Moises Caicedo at this point in time, where his price is definitely going up all the time, all the time. So, but it's said that Chelsea are very much into this transfer. Arsenal's transfer in the first place was not Moises Caicedo. The first option for Arsenal was not even Kai Havertz, who's landed. It was Declan Rice. Declan Rice was one to have at the club Arsenal by fair means or foul, and that's what the club Arsenal has done. There is no chance whatsoever for Arsenal not having a Declan Rice, and Arsenal has beat all those football players to make sure that they can sign him, and it's going on quite well and as planned. Anyway, talking about the final man of the transfer of the imminent and done deals today. Today is a tiny episode. I'm not gonna give you quite a lot today. It's just gonna be a tiny episode. I'm not feeling that alright, but let's get the party going anyway. We're talking about Romeo Lavia. With Romeo Lavia, you can tell Romeo Lavia is a Southampton football player, and this been trying to make a move from Southampton, and he was formerly a Manchester City football player who crossed over to Southampton, and whatever amount of money he's sold, Manchester City has 20% of that amount of money. So with the club, definitely Southampton coming up and saying they need £50 million. I mean, it's crazy money. It's a lot of money, you know. A lot. I don't know where you're watching from, but when you convert this amount of money to like your home currency, it beats my understanding. Me, it's a lot. It's a hell lot of money. Lot. £50 million is a lot of money. Quite big money. Big money. But anyway, that's not the reason we're here to talk about the money, how big it is. We're talking about the football player and moving to the club Arsenal. So Romeo Lavia has been linked to a number of clubs, but the biggest fight has been between Arsenal and Liverpool. Both parties saying they definitely want the football player, and it goes up to him now to decide which party he would be moving to. I think he could fit in quite well at the club Arsenal. There is nothing that could be stopping him from joining the club Arsenal. Let's wait and see how all this will go. Please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as this sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. Right about here at the Arsenal chapter, I can see Isaac Official saying hi. Hello Isaac. You came at a point in time when we are saying goodbye